Was the Pfizer Covid vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market? If not, please say it clearly. If yes, are you willing to share the data with this committee? And I really want a straight answer, yes or no, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Regarding the question around, did we know about stopping immunisation before it entered the market? No. We had to really move at the speed of science to really understand what is taking place in the market. And from that point of view, we had to do everything at risk.
Well, if that didn't quite make sense to you, don't worry, it didn't quite make sense to me either. So good evening, it's Wednesday the 12th of October and we're reporting on a breaking international scandal here, I believe. Now let's look at some of the details and then we'll look at the complete video which Mr. Roos has asked us to share worldwide as far as possible. So Pfizer did not know whether COVID-19 vaccine stopped transmission before they rolled the vaccine out. Now, at the time, I remember representatives of the UK government who've now been made into dames and knights and all sorts of things, emphatically telling us that everything that was normally done in any clinical trial was done during these trials. They gave us their word about this. And let's hope that this doesn't turn out to be less than accurate. But let's look at some of the information that's now been revealed today. And you can probably tell some of us aren't very happy about this at all. So did Pfizer know whether the COVID vaccine stopped transmission before rollout? Now this is from Rob Roos, member of the European Parliament, a Dutch gentleman. In a COVID hearing, Pfizer director admits vaccine was never tested on preventing transmission. Get vaccinated for others was always a lie. Now, I have to stress that this is not me speaking because I can't breach YouTube guidelines. I am merely quoting a Dutch member of Parliament, a Dutch MEP. The only purpose of the COVID passport was forcing people to get vaccinated, in Mr. Roos's opinion. The world needs to know and know about this, share this video, which of course we're going to show the full thing in a minute. There's all the references. Now this is Ms. Janine Small representing Pfizer. She's Pfizer's President of International Development Markets. Testifying before the European Union Parliament on Monday the 10th of October. So Dutch MEP Rob Roos, as you've just heard, was the Pfizer Covid vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market? If not, please say it clearly. If yes, are you willing to share the data with this committee? And I really want a straight answer, yes or no, and I'm looking forward to it. Well, he did get a straight answer, I believe, and that answer was no. This testing was not done before the vaccine was rolled out. Ms. Small, regarding the question around did we know about stopping the immunisation before it entered the market? No, and they're the words, she said the word no. Now this is my interpretation of this because this is only me. COVID Pfizer vaccine was not tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market. This was not done before the vaccine entered general rollout, despite us being assured that everything, all the normal stages were carried out as they would be for any new product. And yet it turns out now, we know however long it is now later, 2 years later or whatever, this wasn't done. This really is, I think this is really quite scandalous. And I certainly feel personally let down by it. I'm sure a lot of you do. Ms. Small again, you know we had to really move at the speed of science. Now what I'd like to do now is pause and explain to you exactly what the speed of science means. But I haven't got a flipping clue. I do know not what it's just words without meaning. The speed of science, it's just words without meaning. What does that mean? What's that supposed to mean? What's it supposed to convey? Just has no meaning to me at all, unless I'm a bit stupid, of course. If Miss Small wants to come on the channel and explain it, then that's absolutely fine, of course. Maybe I'm just being a bit thick here and I don't understand what the speed of science is. But I've done two science degrees and a research degree, and I've never heard the term. So anyway, there's always need to learn new things. Only been doing science since I was 18. From that point of view, we had to do everything at risk. Now, I'd like to explain to you what everything at risk means now. And again, I can't, because I don't know what it means. I don't know what these words mean. I simply don't know what the words mean. I think Dr. Barola, Chief Executive of Pfizer, of course. Now, these bits are just from a popular news outlet, so I'm not going to spend too much on them. He would turn around and say to himself, if not us, then who? Again, don't quite understand that bit. Dr. Barola actually felt the importance of what was going on in the world. Well, good. Therefore, as a result of that, we actually spent $2 billion at the risk of self-funded money from Pfizer to be able to do the research and develop manufacture at risk to be able to make sure that we were in a position to be able to help with the pandemic, which of course is very noble of them. Now, Mr. Roos said this is scandalous. Millions of people worldwide felt forced to get vaccinated because of the myth that you do it for others. Now this turned out to be a cheap lie. This should be exposed. Now, I do stress that this is not me saying this. This is Mr. Roos saying this. So we'll just clarify the YouTube guidelines now, because YouTube, we can't say anything that contradicts local health authorities or the World Health Organization. So I'm certainly not saying that. And efficacy of the vaccines, I'm not allowed to say content that claims that the vaccines do not reduce transmission or contraction of the disease. Now, some of you might think that that was implied by Mr. Roos and Ms. Small, but that's entirely your conjecture. That's nothing to do with me. So let's just close by listening to the fuller version of the video now.
If you don't get vaccinated, you're antisocial. This is what the Dutch Prime Minister and Health Minister told us. You don't get vaccinated just for yourself, but also for others. You do it for all of society. That's what I said. Today, this turned out to be complete nonsense. In a COVID hearing in the European Parliament, one of the Pfizer directors just admitted to me, at the time of introduction, the vaccine had never been tested on stopping the transmission of the virus. This removes the entire legal basis for the COVID passport. The COVID passport that led to massive institutional discrimination as people lost access to essential parts of society. I find this to be shocking, even criminal. Please watch the video until the end. Voor u, mevrouw Small, heb ik de volgende vraag waar ik een duidelijk antwoord op wil. And I will speak in English so there are no misunderstandings. Was the Pfizer Covid vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market? If not, please say it clearly. If yes, are you willing to share the data with this committee? And I really want a straight answer, yes or no, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Regarding the question around, did we know about stopping immunisation before it entered the market? No. We had to really move at the speed of science to really understand what is taking place in the market.
This is scandalous. Millions of people worldwide felt forced to get vaccinated because of the myth that you do it for others. Now, this turned out to be a cheap lie. This should be exposed. Please share this video.
Now, of course, we stress these are the views of Mr. Roos. We're not saying that because we can't break any guidelines, but some of you might think that this is a complete and utter scandal. So there we go, you're up to date. We'll keep an eye on this and see what happens. We'll leave it there, and thank you for watching.